Yo, what's up everybody? JohnBParker here. Back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Another Raid Shadow Legends video. I know. It is what it is though. Raid Shadow Legends is a fun game to play sometimes. Anyway, I want to do a video today. If you've seen the, you obviously saw the title and you saw the thumbnail. But we're going to do a video today on floor 90 hard Nether Spider. It's not necessarily the easiest boss, but it's also one of the easiest bosses in Doom Tower. So before we get into the video and the team comps and the replacements and stuff like that, little shameless self-promotion. Subscribe button, free button to hit. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. If you hit the like button, that'll help out the channel, that'll help out the video, but it's not required, so you don't have to hit that. But that would be fantastic. Hit the dislike button too. Has the same effect, honestly, has the same effect hitting that dislike button. Anyway, shameless self-promotion's out the window. Let's get into this. Doom Tower hard, floor 90. This is the highest level of Nether Spider that you can do on this rotation. And here is the team that I currently use. Now, the basic premise behind this is build a team that can survive the initial poison hits. The boss will throw out poisons and he spawns spiderlings and they do poisons and all that junk and they can hit pretty hard. So build yourself a tanky defensive team with one. You're really only worried about one person that can do some damage. Now, my damage here is going to be from Drexstar. What Drexstar does is his passive will place HP burn at like a 60-70% clip, whatever it is, when he's attacked. And then you survive the HP burns, do all the damage. Now, the key to beat this boss is just to survive. So how to survive? You build yourself a cleanser. You build yourself a cleanser. You build yourself a healer. And I threw in Brogni because Brogni is also a healer. He can sort of cleanse, maybe. I don't know, he doesn't really want to do his A2. But he pops out that big shield on you. And whenever you get hit, the amount of damage will heal you. So there's heals there. There's heals there and cleanses. Runekeeper Dazdurk is fantastic for this. He's very, very underrated champion. Not many people talk about him because of this ability right here. Removes all debuffs from all allies, then heals all allies by 25% of his max HP. And he places a continuous heal buff for 2 turns if they have a debuff removed. You're gonna have a debuff removed when he does this. So you're gonna get a continuous heal. You're gonna get a decent size heal. He's got a lot of HP, so you can build him to have a lot of HP. He'll also give you a turn meter fill and an increased attack buff. And his A1 is kind of meh, but fantastic for this. Potential replacements. Obviously, there's lots of potential replacements, but, you know, Drexstar is a free champion that you can acquire. The potential replacement here, the best, I think, in slot for this is going to be Geomancer. If you have a Geomancer, probably run a Geomancer. Your run will be faster than 6 minutes. Sylve the Drakes is almost irreplaceable, but you should probably have Sylve the Drakes by the time you're at floor 90 of the Nether Spider on hard. You should probably have Sylve the Drakes. She's too good. She's just too good. She heals every time she goes. She's got speed down for the boss. Good stuff. Doom Priest, not obviously required. You can replace with any cleanser, any healer, however you want to go with that. But I like Doom Priest for this because she's in Relentless gear. Tanky Relentless gear, so she can take a hit. I have Runekeeper in some tanky gear, obviously for the cleanse. Literally any cleanser you have. You can go with... if you have a Raglan is amazing for this. If you have With Her the Crown, she's pretty good for this as well. You have to watch out for her A1 AoE, but that's not that big of a deal, to be honest. Reliquary Tender is fantastic for this. Basically, if you have a cleanser on your team, in your roster, you know, I mean, even Helior can potentially work out for this because he has a weird style cleanse. So, and then I just do Brogni because I like Brogni. He's one of my favorite champions. He gives me the heals. So any healer, you need at least one full team cleanse to make this work, and it can literally be anybody. Okay, it doesn't have to be Runekeeper, it doesn't have to be that. And you need some heals. That's definitely what you want, is some heals. So here's the run. I don't have this in the team setup at all because I don't really care. It doesn't really matter. This is 100% full auto. Let's get into it. So this is pretty straightforward as far as just killing the waves goes. Brogni also helps because he can potentially remove their Revive Undead, the Crutrax's Revive Undead just makes this a little bit faster. Getting through their waves is really not that hard anyway. So, with the way that I've built my Drexstar, I built my Drexstar to be tanky as can be. He's got a lot of defense, he's got a lot of HP. And my Syl is pretty tanky as well. That's kind of the basic key for this boss, is get some HP burns going off. And build the rest of your champs to tank, I've done this with Reliquary Tender in this spot for Brogni. I've done this with Mausoleum Mage. Mausoleum Mage is another one who's good for this, even though he's weak affinity. He's still got a full cleanse. He's also got an increased defense buff, which kind of helps. So as you can see, we got the HP burn up on 3 of the Spiderlings here. We didn't get it up on the main spider, which is not necessarily an issue right off the bat, because Drexstar will just do his A1. He'll get it up eventually. And so every time the Spiderlings go, they're going to burn the spider. It's just basically a slower version of spiders than 25. Now what you don't want to do, there's one big key thing you do not want to do in this fight. You do not want to strip the counterattack buffs. Do not strip the counterattack buffs, because if this guy gets a turn, he's got one of these passives here that says something about if his Spiderlings don't have a counterattack or something like that up, then he will do some crazy thing. Where is it? Will team up with all Spiderlings to attack all enemies if a Spiderling is spawned. There's something about this guy's kit. I can't exactly remember where it is. Does it say counterattacks whenever an enemy decreases? Oh, yeah. Okay, so don't decrease his turn meter either. I mean, we're kind of all over the place just trying to fill some time here. Oh, there it is. There it is. It attacks all enemies, places a 5% poison on all enemies for 4 turns. Will repeat the attack 1 time for each Spiderling without any active buffs. The poison debuffs cannot be resisted or blocked. So that's one thing you can't bring block debuffs. Doesn't work. Block debuffs doesn't work on this boss. They'll just go right through. So if this guy gets a turn and his Spiderlings don't have a buff, which is really this counterattack buff, it's the only buff they're going to get, he's going to attack 4 more times and you are dead. That is basically what's going to happen. So don't strip the counterattacks, and also do not decrease this guy's turn meter. Where is it? Right here. So he counterattacks whenever an enemy decreases aggro its turn meter. The damage inflicted is equal to the amount of turn meter lost. Will ignore 100% of defense. So when you're going with Syl the Drakes, she's not necessarily the greatest because she's got turn meter on her A1, but she makes up for it, and we have a tanky enough team here to be able to do this. So we get through this run here. We're really just relying on HP burns and Warmaster / Giant Slayer procs. And any damage. Brogni also brings more damage when he gets hit, or anybody on the team gets hit and they have a shield, that a certain percentage of that damage is reflected back. So here's the point where this one Spiderling will place ally protection on the boss to help prevent damage. He ended up just getting killed pretty fast. So then Agrath will come back with this thing here. He'll spawn the Spiderlings again, and then they will all get a go, and that's a potential wipe. It's a potential wipe for your team if... Right here, this could be a potential wipe. But I don't think it's going to be. It could be, though. You never know. There we go. Brogni comes in with the shield that helps mitigate some of that poison damage, and there's the full cleanse. Syl the Drakes brings Doom Priest right back to life. And Doom Priest should work on getting some of these other poisons off of us, getting us more heals. That's the potential wipe spot right there. So you have to watch out for that right there. When he does this thing, this ability up here, after this one has gotten killed, you kind of have to watch out for that. But other than that, that's why you build your team so tanky. You got to be able to take a hit. It's easier to do that with Brogni in the team. But hey, that's just me. He just brings the protection. His block debuffs doesn't work, but his shield works. So it definitely helps keep you alive. And look at all that. We got like 2 Giant Slayer procs there from Brogni's passive. Fantastic. All right, this run is not fast. It's not fast, but I would say with these specific champions built the specific way, this is like a 95% win. I could get extremely unlucky, and Soul of the Drakes could get crit. Everybody can basically get crit hit, and they'll die on that second summoning of extra spiderlings, and then it's a wipe. I mean, it just is what it is, right? Soul of the Drakes, you can replace Soul of the Drakes with anybody who's like, I like to have a reviver on my team, just in case, right? So Doom Priest usually dies right there on that second spot, so I usually bring a reviver. If you want to replace Soul of the Drakes with anybody, you can, as long as they have a revive. I would say probably best in slot for this, if you have her, is Raglan. Raglan is so amazing, but you know, hey, Void Legendary, what are you supposed to do? There's the run. That was actually our best run. 6 minutes, 1 second, 116 turns. I'll take it. All of the damage is from Drexthar, 6.9 million, and Brogni getting hit. So 3 million there. Now, obviously, again, if you have a Geomancer, Geomancer is probably best in slot here, because he also mitigates damage with his passive, similar to Duchess. If you have a Raglan, Raglan is best in slot here probably, because she's got a full cleanse, and she's got a 2-turn revive. She's just really good for this. But, you know, hey, you're not going to rely on people having a Void Legendary. Doom Priest, just fantastic. She's just a fantastic utility player. Runekeeper, any cleanser, any healer. Moz Mage works here. Reliquary Tender works here. There's multitudes of options here. Hell, I'm pretty sure if you really, really were desperate, you could make Spirit Host work here. She's got a full cleanse. It works, you know. And Brogni is really just a luxury for me. Throw in anybody else that you want. Ursala the Mourner is good. Demitha is fantastic here. Anybody who can heal, anybody who can do, you know, cleanses type stuff. So that's the team. That's the run. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You guys are the best. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. Have a great day.